Well, hello there, everybody. Linda Wilson here with Learn to Transcribe, and I have the pleasure today of an interview with Miss Chrisel. And I wanted to turn it over to you, Chrisel, and let you introduce yourself to everybody. Maybe tell us where you're from and your age, and maybe some of your background or education or whatever. So, just whatever you'd like to say, go right ahead.
Perfect. Thank you, Linda. So my name is Chrisel Pacis. I actually reside in Canada at the moment. I moved here from the Philippines. I'm 26 years old. I am a Bachelor of Nursing graduate. I actually graduated during the pandemic, so that was my educational background. But yeah, so that's me.
So, what part of Canada, where in Canada do you live?
Right. So I live in Alberta. This is like the Texas of Canada,
Oh, okay.
Cowtown, Calgary, Alberta.
And did you just say you had a bachelor's degree from college
I
and
went to university for nursing.
and your degree is in what?
It's in nursing.
In nursing.
So
Okay.
yeah,
So are you like a registered nurse?
yes, I am a registered nurse. We can get to that with the work
Right.
history.
Okay. Well, I see I didn't know any of that. That's
Uh-huh.
very cool. So that leads us to talk about your work history a little bit. Uh,
hmm
you know, you're still young and you hadn't, had a long history of working like
hmm
somebody old like me has. But just tell us what you've been up to and
For
what you've
sure.
been doing and so forth. Okay.
For sure. So yeah, I graduated 2020, right at the height of the pandemic. I worked as an RN for the first couple years. It was not the best timing, so I wanted to step back from the field for a bit. And I found becoming a medical scribe still in the medical field, but a little like work from home. It's a little more less intense, I would say. And because I had medical knowledge, it was easy to pick up terminology and I could understand conversations with the doctors and patients easier. It was just the whole scribing thing of typing was new to me, but I've picked that up for about a year now. I'd say I've been scribing since last year. So scribing is basically transcription. For my work, though, we work with doctors and patients live. So I sit with them in their office, kind of listening into the doctor's appointment as I type. And most of my doctors do live dictation. So I got a lot of practice with typing real fast with that. And yeah.
Well, when you say you sit in with them, do you
hmm
mean you're at home on Zoom or you're literally
hmm
physically in the office with them?
So I work with American doctors. Being in Canada, we are virtual scribes. So they have a phone or machine with them that connects with us to our app and our computer here, wherever we're working from home. They bring us with them to all the appointments, and then we sort of just listen in. We ask the patient, "Oh, there's a scribe listening in. Are you okay with them taking down notes?"
Okay. So you're just doing everything at home remotely. How do you like
Mhm.
working from home?
Oh, I love it. I love it. Since I didn't get the chance during the pandemic, I was on the floor with the whole suit, face mask, everything, and I isolated myself the whole first 2 years, and now I love working from home. It's
Oh,
different. It's very different, but I like taking a break from that.
well, you went through my training course for
Mhm.
litigation transcription, and I will have to say your work was really, really, really top notch good. I was extremely impressed with you. I could tell that you were just so smart and you just caught on so fast to everything, technology, the punctuation, just anything and everything. You were very, very good and good communicator as well. Sending things back, or if you had a question, you would ask. And I thoroughly enjoyed teaching you. And
Oh,
so
thank
now it's time. Let's see if we get you put to work. So what do you
Uh-huh.
envision for your now time and then maybe even long
Mhm.
term? There was some reason that you took this transcription course,
Yes.
and just talk about that if you would, and what you want for yourself. That's what I'd like to hear.
Yes, for sure. So, since I started medical scribing, I've sort of put nursing in the back end. So I'm not really working as a nurse anymore. And that's when I came across legal transcription. I was like, oh, I didn't know there were other facets to this. And then going through your course, and you talked about there was general transcription and the law enforcement. I was like, whoa, there's other things to it that I didn't know. So I was so excited taking your course and learning all these things. Because scribing, we had an onboarding, but it wasn't as in depth as your course. It took me a couple months to get through, but it was good because I did. Yeah, I love the feedback. I love that you got back to me so quickly. And with that, I was hoping. I thought to myself, I could do this for a long time. Like I really enjoyed it, and I found myself with my headphones just typing and not even realizing the time would just go by. And I thought, wow, this was something I never felt with nursing, where I felt so connected to the work,
Mm.
as different as that is. So I'm hoping this would be like my long-term goal of working on getting better. I'm still pretty new to this. It's only been a year in, and legal transcription, I've only learned it a couple months now. There's still so much to learn and to get to like maybe your level of knowledge. That's more of a goal in the long term. I'm hoping to get started in it as soon as I
Well,
can.
I wasn't at this level when I was 26 years old either.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
it takes years, but
it does. Yeah.
you made a good point there about getting so wrapped up into what you're doing and what you're listening
Hmm.
to, and you're getting in that zone. You're tuning everything out, and you're
Hmm.
focused, precision, laser focused. And it's so interesting. It's
Yeah,
like you don't want to stop and go eat or anything. You're like, wait, I don't, I want to see what they're going to say next. That's
exactly.
what I like about it, is the interesting part. It's just,
Hmm.
and each job that you do, you'll find they're different. Variety, huge
Yeah.
variety. So what you're working on this week will be something totally different next week, and it
Exactly.
just keeps going from topic to topic to topic, and you learn so much. And so with your medical background, see, you would be a
Hmm.
perfect fit to like
Hmm.
work on medical transcription,
Yeah.
like doctor depositions, or
Yeah.
treating physicians, medical malpractice type work, anything that's medical
Yes.
related that, comes over into court for trials. And we have a lot of that. And some people even specialize in that type of work. And,
Oh,
and
okay.
so uh, that's perfect fit, in my opinion, for you. And since you like the medical, you're good with that. Now, I'm not saying that you might just go out the gate with it.
Yeah.
You may have to do some child custody divorce cases and stuff like that first, and
Yeah.
car wreck cases or something. But eventually, that would be probably a good little niche for you to
Hmm.
cultivate and think about. And we usually, I don't know what all the companies do, but I know as court reporters, we charge more for that. Because that commands a little higher price,
Yes.
medical and technical type stuff like that. Um, and so we are paid a higher rate for that type of work, which is even better. Like I say now, don't go out there saying, oh, Linda said you got to
Nah,
pay me
not
more.
yet.
But that would be a good specialty type. In
Hmm.
other words, you could take the litigation and then you could specialize that, if you wanted to, over into the medical area, since that is your area.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
it's just like some of my students have gone through, and they were, say, like 911 operators for 20 years or 30
Right.
years. See, law enforcement transcription is a good fit for them,
Right.
but medical, I think, would be for you. And that's how life works, you know. It's kind of like you do
Yeah,
something, you don't know it's going to come back around in some kind of way to benefit you down the road. See,
exactly.
well, do you have anything else you'd like to add? Because I'm gonna,
Oh, yeah.
excuse
Yeah,
me,
no,
just 1 second.
yeah, you did mention that that's a good point. I didn't realize coming into transcription that my medical background would be helpful at all, because I thought it was very different. But definitely knowing the terminology, the spelling, and all that, it gives you an advantage to listening in as opposed to someone who's, is not familiar
Oh,
with terms. Yeah.
girl, you're going to have an extreme advantage with that, with your being a registered nurse and everything, all
Mhm.
the nursing terminology, you know, and medical stuff.
Medication,
That
spelling,
gives
yeah.
you an extreme edge over,
Mhm.
say somebody like me, because I don't know too much about medical. I always stayed away from that
Yeah,
and
yeah.
went for more. I like criminal work. That's what I like
Mhm,
to do
mhm.
personally. I love criminal trials. I'm an old trial reporter, and
Yeah.
I prefer the criminal over the civil. But anyway, so I'm going to get to work. I've already got a few leads out there to get you started, and let's
Awesome.
get going. And are you wanting to kind of keep your part-time scribe job for a little while, or if you feel like it's going to be worthwhile, just you're ready to dump it, or what?
We will have to see. That's what I'm hoping for in the long term if I can find something more permanent. Um, because this is part-time. My medical scribing is part-time, but if I can find something that fills it more, um, yeah, that's what I was hoping for getting through the course is finding something more long-term and permanent.
Well, I don't think you're going to have any trouble at all, and I'm going to work hard to help you because
Thank you.
I can see, because I see all the transcripts that come back, and I know
Mhm.
the students that are up at the higher levels and really, really good, and you're one of them. And I was very impressed with your work, and I'm, I'm the kind of
Oh,
person
thank you.
I don't give compliments very often, but
Yeah.
if I give a compliment, I mean it. I'm
Thank
not
you.
just saying that. I truly actually mean that. And so whoever gets you, they're going to be real lucky.
I hope to learn a lot for sure.
Okay. Well, I know you will. All right. Well, we'll sign off now unless
Mhm.
you had anything else you wanted to add.
No, I just want to say thank you so much. You've been so communicative and so helpful from the get-go. Like that's quite rare for courses to for me to be able to even talk to you afterwards, like I guess zooming. But thank you. I appreciate you so much.
Well, I love getting to know as
Mhm.
many of my students as I can. And you like the course. I think I forgot to ask you.
Oh
Did you
yes.
Were you
Yes.
satisfied with the
Uh, yeah, like I said, it was definitely more in depth than any training I got for medical scribing. The way you gave examples of depositions helped a lot. I took a lot of notes based off of those because there's, theory and then application. That's two different things. I can
seeing it?
read. Yeah, but seeing it with the examples was very, very helpful.
Seeing it and seeing me do it.
Yeah, yes, the videos of
It's
you
like, all
going
right,
through.
watch
Yes.
here, let me show you. And I'm the same way. That's the way
Mhm,
I presented everything the way that I would want to learn it.
mhm.
That would work for me. And I thought, well, maybe it'll work for other people, and it
Yeah,
does.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
well, thank you for taking the training and finishing and doing so well with it. I appreciate that. All right. Well, you have a good day, and we'll stay in touch and just
Yes,
be watching for an email from me. Okay.
perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.